You okay? You're missing out on some good music. What's up? Hope you're having a good day so far. I'm gonna wait for more people to join the stream, and I'm gonna replay this song because this is my favorite Nujabes song by miles, man. Oh my god, I love it. Huge. Good to hear. You draw for play recently? I forgot. This song is 7 minutes. It's 8 minutes, so like, who cares? We can play it for as long as we need. Then Haruka Nakamura. Haruka Nakamura. Um, they released a new album that is extremely hip hop, very reminiscent of the I think it's All Ray or maybe All Day. I don't know. Yeah. Just make sure I know this sounds weird, but make sure you're learning, right? Like make sure you're reapplying these concepts to the things that you're doing. Sure, you may not get every chance to apply all of these exercises to one drawing, hence why we do the exercises as warm-ups or whenever, just refresh on them. But being able to apply it to our drawings and see these techniques in work, it's extremely important. It's the point. Anyways, hello everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 5 p.m. Central Time. Man, I'm in a good mood. I'm not totally hyped for today's drawing, and the heater's on. The my apartment complex turned on the heater. I don't appreciate it. So may get like a headache, a heat-induced headache in the middle of the stream. But we got good music going. We got a good lineup for music today, and I'm excited to get into it to talk about some stuff. So without any further ado, let's get in here. Is the camera a bit fuzzier than usual? Who knows? Anyways, let's reset that timer. Ooh, don't want to warm up for an hour. I do that a lot. Let's get to it. So yeah, I hope you're all having a pretty good day so far. And if not, well, guess what? We get to warm up and then draw for a little bit. Man, I love Nujabes. He's not that high in my like favorite artists of all times. Not as high as he should be. Because like he's undeniably an amazing creator. Was an amazing creator. Rest in peace, Nujabes. He speaks to my soul. And I listen to him. Why is he not higher? Well, Kat, there's no prepping for drawbox stuff. There's doing, right? You're going to be doing 250 cylinders. You have plenty of time. Just get started on it, man. As a person who just did the 250 cylinder challenge, don't wait. just do it. That's like my best personal advice for you, Kat. You do 250 of them not for them to look pretty or to perform well or to get a good critique. You do them to learn. That's like the point. So go for it already. What a goated song. My mic's still. Yeah, that's literally the point. It's the same thing. The difference now is, you have to flip degrees and be a little bit more technically accurate. Sorry, I'm manhandling my mic right now, so I had to get rather close. So I apologize if that was a bit weird. But yeah, like, if you walk into the 250 cylinder challenge being like, oh, I need to do a ton of prep. No, like, in fact, as a person, okay, I don't critique a ton, right? But if I were critiquing 250 boxes and I see you go from absolute crap and then learn and then, get really good at the end, probably not as good if you did your prep. I don't care. I would give like a more noteworthy critique because it showed me that you learned. Like, here. Let's say this is you starting off without prep and with prep. This is more impressive to me just by looking at it. Sure, you're starting from 0 and like you're really crap. Meanwhile, this one you're like, or right here you're really crap, but right here you're already good. I don't care because like this slope versus this slope, you're taking it in. You're showing that you're learning. It's easier to see that you're learning. That other one, you're just kind of stagnating. It's harder to see that you're learning. And I mean, you will stagnate, right? There's like a limit to human ability in that way. Where like every quote unquote percentage improvement requires that much work. That's not even the damn graph. However, there is the other graph, but this graph has nothing to do with that one. It's just a graph. I.e., don't wait to do the cylinder challenges or the box challenges or whatever. Sure, if you're still like having noteworthy problems holding the pin, or like core concepts of lesson 1 and 0 that you've been told explicitly to do redos, then sure. Hence why I'm forcing myself to go back to lesson 6, because like most of my prep, quote unquote, was mental prep, trying to find a way to look at lesson 6 in a way that didn't intimidate me as much. Dude, Lamp did a killer job with this track. I'm assuming this whole album. I haven't listened to the full album, but I mean, it's giving me memories of Nujabes for sure. Also, I forgot for a second to change the stream notification. I'm trying to be better. That's my New Year's resolution, not really, but my body is like turned. I need to. Posture is like everything for me. Makes or breaks. Today I finished my professional personal website, my real life, not streamer website. That one I'm actually planning on starting tonight. If no surprise assignments turn up, which some already have, so we'll see how that turns out. Forgot about the website? No. And this is a different website. One that's arguably easier to make. I don't forget about those projects. They just got to stay in the backlog until I have enough time. I don't have enough time or mental strain to work on the Kavel video, so I might as well do this quick website. Because I could probably do this in a day or two. And a day or two to get a website out versus a day or two to make a small dent in the lesson videos. One seems more viable. I added a new lamp to my room, and I keep seeing it out of the corner of my eye because it looks like sunset light hitting the wall. Because at my old apartment, it used to do that in the exact same location, and I would always love staring at it a bit while streaming. You could really see that on all my lesson 2 stuff, maybe lesson 3 as well. Dude, I'm nuking the heater. A lava lamp? Interesting. Definitely not my forte, but hey, if it tickles your fancy. Guess forte is not really the right word there, but it's cool. Yeah, I don't know why. I just find them tacky. Like, I could only jive with it if the entire room has that aesthetic. But if it's just a random, like, freaking lava lamp somewhere. Trust me, I'm all for little desk things that move and stuff, like those little water fountains or stuff. That seems really cool. But glow in the dark fish tank. Very specific. You like your glow in the dark stuff. The question is, do you actually care about fish or do you just want a glow in the dark fish tank? I like circles and squares. Dio, welcome. In fact, you were here. Let me double check chat log so I'm not hallucinating. You can watch fish swim for hours. Interesting. Let's see, Dio. You have been here before. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I have to look at chat logs sometimes because I forget easily. And now I'm caught up on the Dio lore. Hope you're doing well. I mean, it's probably very late at night for you. It's probably like maybe 10, maybe 12. But once again, welcome. In fact, I was looking at the percentage of where my viewers are from. I was like, oh, what is the music doing? Whoa. Anyways, welcome. We are warming up. In fact, I kind of had fun with yesterday's warm up. What is the music doing? It's like from Germany. Well, welcome from Germany. I remember you mentioning you're from the EU last stream. And in fact, I was looking at the stream breakdown. It did say someone was from Belgium. So I was assuming that was you, but I guess not. Just a little bit further away than Belgium. So yeah, it must be what, like 12 p.m. there? Maybe even a bit more. Goodness. Well, thank you for tuning in from so far away. That's such a late hour. where we got to do very light lines for the interior. Don't have to, but it's good. I'm doing okay. Got back from a trip recently. Back in college, my last semester of university. Oh, yikes. We are going to ink a drawing that I've been working on. It's of my bird character named Gravel. I was in Singapore, quite far away from where I live. It was a very long plane flight. Yeah. And we're back now. It was very good. I really, really liked it. Very clean country, very pretty country. I'm going to switch up the music because it's getting a little bit much. I did have classes. I was doing university over there. That part kind of sucked, but yeah, I thoroughly appreciated it. The food was amazing. The people were very, very kind, very professional. Yes, yeah, I was doing some classes for computer science over there. I'm not Singaporean, no. Huge. This is part of my personal mix. Do you have any favorite music, Dio? What was my favorite food from Singapore? It was a laksa dish. Laksa is a noodle dish, and it comes in many different shapes and sizes. But my favorite laksa that I had there was from Old Anonia's, a hawker stand in the Maxwell Hawker Center. I got their #1 laksa with chili for I think oh god dang, I can't say it. Around $6. Lachs is salmon in German. Lachs. Ooh. You could call me Kavel, whatever you want. Thank you for asking. All I know is I forgot what fish is in German. Isn't it just Fishce? Fische? No, that's too cliche. Fish. Oh, okay. Would that be plural, the one that I just said? Or would it be with the R? I learned a little bit of German, but like grammar-wise, I sucked. Okay, cool. And I kind of just like, when it was like der, and D and stuff, I just kind of like guessed whichever one worked instead of like actually memorizing the gender of certain words. Der, yeah. Yeah. Like the. And of course my pronunciation, yeah. Or der, die, das, yeah. It's been a minute since I did immersive learning for German, but I'm gonna do immersive learning for Spanish next. However, I did absolutely love the way I learned German. It was very fun. We sat in a circle, we didn't have homework, and we just talked. I still don't know perfect grammar. Hey, me neither in English, right? So I feel like we could both resonate with that. We're just warming up right now, though. I like this little box assignment that we have. Let's see. I want to rotate it slowly. I could just make it disappear, but that's lame. I love rotating stuff. It's a good little brain challenge. We're going to have that line. It's going to feel 2-point because we're not going to see this plane exposed yet. So we can maybe have a very minimal amount of this plane, meaning the top of the Y is right here. How old are you? Because you sound really young. I'm in my early 20s. So I am still quite young, relatively speaking. I know I sound, and a lot of people tell me I look a lot older than I actually am. Thank you. It is definitely the microphone. This microphone does wonders. And I have a little bit of bass boosting to it, so that probably helps as well. When I first started streaming, I didn't expect to be like I expected to be loud and obnoxious, and I still regard myself as that, but I've been told that the streams are relative. I mean, people have fallen asleep on stream, so maybe the streams are just a little bit soothing. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably very late at night for you. The Kavel Sleep podcast. Yeah, let's finish up this box and then we'll do an ad break for 2 minutes. It's 12 a.m. Oh my goodness. Well, don't let me keep you up. Or 12 p.m. I thought it'd be 12 a.m. for you. Yeah, 12 a.m. 12:18. Yeah. In Germany, because I know most of Europe. I've been to Germany. And whenever I go like abroad, I set my phone to what we call that's AM. Yeah, that's AM. Do you how do you guys say time? Because like I know how to count in German, like fünf und 30 or something like that, right? So like I know like you say 5 and 30 in that instance. Yeah, military time. Yeah. Do you like announce the time as like let's say if it was like 22:18, you'd say yeah, it's what 11 12 or yeah 12 13 14 15. I remembered. Wow. My German's lessons okay, elf and zwölf. Okay. Is it zwölf or zwölf? Who cares? You probably didn't come here to give an annoying American kid a German lesson. Heck yeah. I remember I was in Portugal and I had a German roommate in my hostel. And I tried speaking German to him, and he had actually no idea what I was saying. It was super embarrassing. And then like he caught on, and he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." Okay, almost finished up here. I love boxes though. Oh, this song, heck yeah, guys. Well, even though it is nighttime for you, Dio, have you had a good day so far? Nice, 2 boxes. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna call it that for the warm up. We're gonna do 2 minutes of ads. It was okay. Good to hear. Well, training. Ooh, training for what? And here, work. Heard. Training, work, sleeping. Oh, like so training is like working out, like exercise. If so, heck yeah. And here, we're gonna go over here. I'll do 2 minutes of ads, but I'll be in chat, so I can still chat with you. Ads are gonna play. This just makes it so we don't have to deal with ads later in the stream. So yeah. MMA. Whoa. Here, I'll hang out and chat while ads happen. Well, Kat, you have to remember, ads don't happen on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody. We got some Andrew Prowlo playing at like full volume. Kind of loud. I used to be able to do handstands like a year ago. With one hand, no. With one hand, no. I used to be able to do it with two hands. If you give me a day, I could probably do handstands with two hands. I was working towards doing handstand push-ups. The most fun thing I could do is a full crow pose, an almost crow pose to handstand. Why do are people like coding so much? I feel like it's the product of people who like solving problems. You know, artists are good at solving problems. Programmers are good at solving problems. It's where you like start. So crow pose, I'd best show a video, but it's where you start on all fours, and then you put your weight on your hands and slowly tilt your body into a handstand, or kind of a handstand. And then there's other like, you know, dragon squats, one arm push-ups, all the niche fun stuff. The party tricks, right? But I didn't really pursue calisthenics. Only do calisthenics things that you're confident that you can do. If you're trying something new, have someone with you preferably, all that good stuff. Weirdly enough, like what's his name from Hybrid Calisthenics, which is the thing I follow. Like a lot of the calisthenics strength, you know, you're not doing like body conditioning per se. So I've seen people who are really great at calisthenics who don't necessarily have like spectacular physiques. Yet they're really good at it, which I kind of appreciate. It's this cool kind of like, you know, like they still have great physiques. I'm not gonna lie, right? Of course. Yeah, it's just kind of this like hidden talent vibe to it. Anyways, I'm skipping this song. Okay, so today's drawing is we're going to be inking this like picture of Gravel, the bird, slamming a pack of tissues onto a table because I felt like it. So we're going to do that. There's some tough decisions to be made this stream as to how we want to ink this, how it's going to look, stuff like that. Can you play on blue? No. Did I say I'd like kick you or ban you or like time you out if you asked again? Who cares? I'm not here to babysit. Gravel is where's a good picture of him? Gravel's this guy. He's a little bird dude. He's like the channel's mascot, this guy. I like drawing him in like silly. Yeah, Gravel. Yep, that is how you write it. Silly little scenarios and stuff. He's just a bird. And I like putting like random comics about him, stuff like that, right? So yeah, little mascot. I like having a character that I'm familiar with that I can just draw whenever I want. It makes me comfortable drawing difficult things. Like the perspective here was difficult for me. And so having Gravel here kind of just made me feel more confident because like I'm familiar with his proportions and all that stuff. He is a grackle. Kat is very right. He is a grackle. And I just realized I am missing my pencil. I just dropped my ruler. How was my day? What did I do? I'm not sure if you're asking me, but if you are asking me, I went to school earlier today. Went to the gym. I went to the gym, went to school, came back, just did a bunch of homework all day. Emails, meetings, whatever else the world entitled to me today. Worked on my personal website. I have like a personal professional website for resumes and job applications. Finished that today. Still have some homework to do by the time I fall asleep, which I'm not excited for. I'm going to add little tissue things on each table to make it feel like all the tables are occupied except for this one. Do you play any games or just drawing? I used to play games a lot, but I'm not very good at them anymore. I wish I was better at them. I used to play Helldivers, TF2, Ultra Kill, Rainbow Six. Just practically all of them. It is 1 point perspective. Did better? Oof. I will say neither is better than the other. They serve different purposes. However, if you're trying to learn art, I would boldly claim that traditional art is and traditional, is what we call IRL. Traditional art is more conducive for learning than digital, in my opinion, but that is sometimes contentious. However, a lot of very, very intelligent and smarter people than me echo that sentiment. But personally, I know that I will go draw digitally someday. Because digital art gives you a lot of opportunities and tools to do a lot of cool stuff. You're fine, you're fine. If you want to learn, there's something called Draw a Box. And it teaches you the fundamentals of art. I do it. I've learned a lot from it. I'm not finished with it yet. You're fine, you're fine. And make comics. Don't give me any of the crap that you're not good enough yet. Just make it. I think she's truthing and I'm also truthing. There's so many excuses you can make all the time, but like, come on. At what point are you just going to draw? No one else can draw for you. If you sit there on your hands saying, oh, I'm not good enough to make comics, then you'll never draw comics. I'm not good enough to draw comics, and I drew a comic. Is it bad? Yes, I don't care though. Because I had a lot of fun. You saw me that stream, how much fun I was having making that. Because it's not about the end product, it's just about doing it. I repeat myself every stream. You know, if you want to be as great as an artist that Bear Mug is, and she's an amazing artist, take her advice. Uncomfy's an amazing artist, take his advice. Slash is an amazing artist, take his advice. Freaking Das is an amazing artist. Take his advice. We're surrounded by so many extremely skilled and professional people. They're all saying the same thing. Freaking Broken Draw, the guy that you're following his sketchbook. Or his book or whatever. Alrighty, we added the little tissue packets everywhere. Now we have to figure out how we want to do this. Take a sip of water. Welcome back. Alrighty, so inking. I saw the comic that Sadie posted today from Wolf Skull. I believe that was their name. I really loved the black background, how they just filled it up with ink. I don't think that's the move. Oh, the timer's just so we have like an hour set out for ourselves. Like try to draw for an hour. If we go over or under, that's totally fine. It's just to try to keep track of time and all that good stuff. Be mindful of it, right? And some days I can't commit more than an hour because I'm busy. Today I'm a little bit busy, but we can maybe go over time. Will inking take that long? I don't think so. Um, how long? Generally, yeah, that is kind of how long the stream is. Because once this timer's up, I typically go and do other stuff. Yeah, we'll see tonight. So, and there's also the urge I've been having, which is to draw because grackles are blackbirds, right? They're not blackbirds as the thing called a blackbird, but they are birds that are black or iridescent black, right? And so I want to like color him in that way, but it doesn't look good because like a completely black interior, you can't do stripes and stuff as well as this, um, unless you do it in white, and that's pretty difficult traditionally without like a gel pen, and even then gel pens like do not do well. So you have to draw around it. Yeah, there's all the caveats. I love grackles. I love them a lot. They make crazy noises too. They got long old necks. Yep. I love the sheen that they have. Skipping this song because I'm a hater. Not of Lena Rain, but of the song. Hmm. We may have to consult the Pinterest for some inspiration as to how we want to ink this. What's my favorite song? Right now, my favorite song is Yes by Nujabes. We can play it in a bit. In fact, yeah, we'll look through Pinterest and we'll listen to that on stream. But other than that, I currently am really into King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, specifically their newest album, Phantom Island, with the song Phantom Island. Other than that, another favorite song is Titro Lucido or Lucido by La Femme. Very good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh shoot! Hell yeah, I know this character. Trying to think if there's any notable songs. Tyler the Creator. I'm a huge Tyler the Creator fan. His second newest album, whatever it's called. I'm a fake fan. I guess I don't like it. Oh my god, what is his newest album called? Here, I'm gonna put this up on the screen while we're at it. Dude, I love King Gizzard. I love King Gizzard a lot. Freaking that, and then Butterfly 3000. Those are my two favorite albums. And then, of course, like the one with Robot Stop, whatever that one is called. Nautagon Infinity, if that's the name of the album. That one's great. It's just a bit too loud for me. I only listen to that like when I'm at the gym. God, dude, I love this style of inking. I love it a lot. But sadly, that's just like not totally within my purview. See you again. Here, let me. See you again? What is see you again? Oh, Tyler. Oh, sorry, Tyler. Yes, yes, yes. See you again. What is this album? Why, freaking. It's in Chromacopia. There we go. Wow, I don't know how to think about that for a second. Chromacopia. Huge. It's good to hear, Cat. So draw. Draw comics. Draw all the things. Let's see, is there any other music that has really, really inspired me? I don't think so. I'm probably just forgetting. Oh, I just found a really... Sorry, I just found this on Pinterest and I love it a lot. So I'm just going to put that on screen for a second. Rendering techniques. Rendering techniques. I'm going to pause the timer because I just want to figure out rendering techniques. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to do like Duran Fiddler with my materials, but working with what we have and getting a little creative with it, I'm down to clown with that. We could do like an ink wash or like a darker gray. I think I bought a pen for that. Okay, I have an idea. This is going to be bold, but I'm down for it. I have to find a specific pin. I can't remember where I put it though, so give me a quick second, guys. We'll be right back. I'm going to try to look for this pin. I just realized I was muted that whole time. Cool. Let's make sure we're not spamming the chat, cat. I'm going to try to find a darker pin actually. Why am I still muted? I swear. Okay, whatever. I swear I unmuted right there. I'm not sure how much you heard. I found a pin. Let's get to it. So first, before though, we're gonna ink. Oh, this song. I love this song, guys. Get ready. This one's a good one. And then we'll play Yes by Nujabis if our friend Dio is still here. Okay, draw top to bottom, or top left to bottom right, foreground to background. Oof. Have you heard this one? I don't think you even heard this one. Let's get to it. We'll use the stapler. I need to buy a new stapler. I can feel the ink cartridge in this rattling. It isn't just clay. It is definitely not clay. And it's like $1 at the store. I'd recommend just buying one. What made you think it's clay? Wait, I don't think a dollar store is going to sell kneaded erasers. Phineas, I could see that. Maybe they're related, who knows? That toe is like way too big. That does not look right. Whatever. It's bad. Whatever. Okay, what next? What do we ink next? I think background stuff is pretty important. Be like, Kavel, why aren't you using the ruler? Because I feel like using the ruler suddenly makes lines that just don't work well. Like, if you're gonna use, I don't know, suddenly spawning in ruler texture doesn't make sense to me, or it looks bad to me. Yeah, that's why, like I said, you work from, if you're right-handed, top left to bottom right, foreground to background, and of course, whenever you can't avoid it, just wait for it to dry a little bit. That's just a product of trying to be a little bit more mindful with your work. One big lesson that I've learned that I'm trying to stick with is inking isn't a coloring book, right? Um, it's tempting to be like, oh, I just have to fill in the lines. No, like, you're still drawing, you're still connecting the piece. Like the things have to make sense. It's just easy to forget that. And that's where most of my failures when it comes to inking happen, is when I just treat it like a coloring book, and don't pay attention to the context at which lines are occurring. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do these signs next. Oof. It requires a lot of focus. That's crazy because like this isn't a involved piece, you know, like this isn't something great. Um, Yet still demands that much attention and focus, right? I'm concentrating on my drawing and some random from my family starts talking to me while I'm drawing. Then just tell them that. Just say, hey, I'm drawing. Could you please not talk to me? Or I'll talk to you afterwards. It's like interacting with your family is still important, but I can understand if you want your space. I think it'd be much more productive than to just, you know, passively dismiss them. Alright, have a good one. I remember I added this song because it reminded me of Freerun. I'm adding the Freerun playlist. Should I do like a little like hollowed out box right here? I'm gonna do that. God, Freerun's OST is so good, man. I don't think I'll be adding for an OST to my playlist. I don't want to hear it that often. It's special. I don't know what to keep adding to this. I want to do, it is a bit too blank up there. I just don't know what to do for it. There could be another one of these. I think if we use blue pencil, supposing these are equal, we could use the mirroring technique. Because I feel like just my brain's telling me, hey, there's one of these right here. Oh shoot, that goes through right there. Let's test it out. Where did my... Yeah. We also have to test this, which I mean, we could use this page because I'm not a huge fan of it. Staplers also dry really well. I forget. There's a benefit of staplers. This is 190 GSM, so it should hold up pretty well to alcohol markers. Oh. I guess not. Oh, and it mucked up that drawing too. Well, we'll deal. So that means this will muck up whatever's behind it. So maybe I don't want to use alcohol markers. That's a shame. It looks good. Anyways, let's figure this out. Let's see, what does my intuition tell me? It tells me something's going to happen right here. Oof. Seems too close over here. So maybe just one line. Or something or the other. We'll figure it out. We'll do that. It may not be right, but hey. It fills up the corners of the page a little bit. I'm gonna make them pretty dark because it's that close. And the lines were a bit wobbly. As for the mid bar, I kind of wanted to do something for that. I just don't know what. When I think, you guys know me, I'm thinking about the T Merchant How comic all the time. It makes me very happy to think about. I like pondering that story because there's a lot to solve about it. What kind of story I want it to be. And some of the greatest stories that I've always appreciated are ones that don't take themselves seriously. Don Quixote, Mob Psycho. Very, very different ends of the spectrum there. I'm pulling out the ruler for that. But also there's stories that take themselves seriously and they earn a lot of merit for that, like Freerun. And because like oftentimes when you say like, oh, taking itself seriously, it's often in a bad context. Especially with like movies or such that like quote unquote take themselves too seriously and end up being like Morbius. Right. Which is definitely not the case, right? Of a good I mean, hey, I haven't watched it. Maybe it is the best piece of media I've never seen. But um when it comes to Team Merchant How, there's things that I want to be serious, but I always am like, oh, that's too serious. That's too like, you know that one video? I haven't watched it, but I get the trope that it's going for. It's like how to draw yaoi hands. Like there's so many tropes in manga and in comics and stories in general that I don't want to fall for, but they work. Like they tell there it's a device that works and it was used at some point because it does work. But I want to stray away from those because I feel like it'll diminish what I'm trying to do, and I don't vibe with it personally, right? Um, and so like avoiding those while still being able to do what I want to do. It's a tall order, and I think about stories like Freerun, which are able to take itself very seriously. Um, it's not even that it is taking itself serious, but it's like it's professional, right? Like you don't question its authenticity or its like it's not silly, and you wouldn't say it's serious per se. It just is. So I feel like I always falter between a story like Freerun and a story like Mob Psycho. And at the end of the day, no matter what I choose, it'll be my story. It won't be either of those. So I guess there's some benefit to that, but that's the beauty of that comic is I just get to keep thinking about it. I never have to make it. I would like to, but There's no deadline on that, and I appreciate it for what it is. Cool, everybody. We're gonna call it here for the night. Dang, we're pretty on time. Actually, like we're pretty good. That's impressive. So yeah, I would like to do more with this one, but I don't think I'm at the capacity tonight to do that. So we'll call it here. Thank you very much, Kat and Dio, for joining us tonight. We will not be streaming tomorrow. I need to mark that as a day off, and then we'll be returning Friday with our grand return to Lesson 6. I've had enough 50% time, enough thinking about Lesson 6 for it to become a bit less daunting. So I'm happy for that. I kind of want to give Gravel a speech bubble. Let's do it. Why not? We have a little bit more time. I said goodbyes already, but it'll fill up the space. Now the question is, put it left or right? I could do the speech bubble like coming out of his beak over here, so I'm a bit more called. That doesn't look good. I don't like where the arrow is, but I don't care. I mean, I do care, I guess, by virtue of not liking it, but I don't care enough to change it. How about that? Or what if we moved it? My spirit is being called to move it. Because like speech bubbles affect the composition, so just smacking it in there at the end kind of doesn't work for me. Or maybe not even a bubble. I like that. Let me double check I'm spelling everything correctly. I just have a feeling. Yep. Let's do it. Nice. Okay. So yeah, this one's not finished in my opinion, but we're calling it there for now. And I'm pretty happy with it still. So yeah, this one, the biggest takeaway is just having fun, just kind of building the scene around the character. Even though typically I like doing scene first, but that coming up with the perspective and all that stuff was just an absolute blast. I love this one. So once again, thank you, Kat and Dio, for joining us tonight. Thank you, anybody watching in the future and somehow in the past that I just didn't see in chat. Or if you weren't in chat, actually, that's a thing that people can do. But yeah, sincerely, thank you all. We won't be streaming tomorrow. We will be streaming on Friday, the 23rd. Yep, I believe so. But once again, thank you all, and I cannot wait to see you guys on Friday. Bye for now.